Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Ramadan Mubarak to all of my fellow Muslims. May this month bring you barakah. Now, welcome to episode 4 of season 2, the Shaida Effect podcast. I'm your Shaida. Sorry, I'm your Shaida. I'm Shaida, your host. Okay, so we have with us today one of my good friends, Shasha, to steal the spotlight from me. So go on, bestie. Yay! Introduce yourself, please.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone that's listening. My name is Shasha. I am currently a copywriter working for Monocal, a digital marketing agency. Basically, what a digital marketing agency do is we make Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google ads, and among other things, we also have services like website development for brands, and we also do branding and content. Uh,
So that's really interesting. You said just now you are working for Monocal, right? It's a digital
mhm.
marketing agency. So you
Yes.
are currently based in Malaysia, is it?
Yes. I'm currently in Malaysia, specifically in Setia Alam, Selangor. I'm currently residing in Seri Kembangan. It's kind of an hour drive to Setia Alam.
Mm.
So an hour drive every day is like 2 hours back and forth again. But I'm currently working from home, so that's great.
So you don't have to travel that much since you're working from home, right?
Yeah, I don't have to commute. I just for this year I only ever been to the office once.
That's really awesome way. You don't have to go to the office that
Uh-uh.
often. Okay, so maybe you can tell us a little bit about your current job. How did you first land yourself in this career?
Uh okay. I graduated with Shaida in 2020. And then I started looking for jobs in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And I started applying for online for jobs online,
Mm-hmm.
specifically in like apa on macam ni
LinkedIn is it like you apply
LinkedIn and
oh,
other working
platforms lah.
opportunities
Oh,
working platform, and for this job I got in Mau Kerja. I applied
oh,
for 10 position in other companies too, but only one offer came.
oh.
It's from Racun Tech. Racun Tech is the parent company for Monocal, and I
Hmm.
started as copywriter. Copywriter is kind of different. What I do now is content writing.
Mm-hmm.
So for copywriter, the work is more to writing adverts. But
Mm.
for content writing, you are writing content to make people understand and not selling them things.
Mm.
Itulah.
So your work shift has changed lah since your first time starting working at Monocal.
Yes. For
Uh,
last year, I worked as copywriter for around 5 to 6 months, and then my position changed to content writing. Now I'm
mm.
writing content for Monocal.
Mm-hmm.
So mostly I'm explaining things to outsider about what we do in Monocal
I see.
instead of writing ads for different client and brands.
Mm. So let's go back a bit. When you first started applying for jobs, right, at Mau Kerja. So the positions that you applied, is it this similar kind of jobs or different kind of positions?
Uh, my uh, apa, bachelor's degree is in linguistics.
Mm-hmm.
So I prefer to work in related fields, which is like anything that involves writing. So when I'm applying for jobs, I mostly apply for things like technical writer, copywriter, anything that have a writer in that position. I applied
Uh,
for that. And I also tried looking for publishing companies like Karang Craft or like any bookstores, but they didn't call back. So
Oh, oh, meaning like the position is actually very difficult juga lah to you know.
yeah, when I applied, I didn't even know what copywriter does. Like I just know, oh well, if it's writing, I can do that.
As
But
long as it
and
has writer.
but then when I actually started working, it's kind of like I was not exposed to this position. Like I have no idea it even exists.
Oh.
So my employee is like very kind, and he teaches me like this and that about copywriting. And I did great in those 5 months.
Alhamdulillah. So,
Alhamdulillah.
was it hard for you at first because you were not exposed to copywriting kan in the beginning? You didn't know what a copywriter is. Was it hard even though you were guided by your employer?
Yes, it is hard. And what's even harder is because I'm the first hire of Monocal. Like my employee number is 001. So
Oh.
I have no friends, no colleague to ask things. So yes, it's very hard for me because I feel alone, and then um my boss at that time, Encik Afif, my employer, uh like we are not in the same office whenever we interacted. We interacted through apa video call.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just for the first month he just gave me resources to read and to understand, and then we would do a review around 2 to 3 days, every 2 to 3 days, and then he would ask me to write some ads, and then he would review like you should do this, why you shouldn't do that. So he's very kind in teaching and very patient. For me personally, I feel so blessed because, of course, when I don't have any exposure to that position to copywriting, I have no idea where to even start. Can so for my employer, Encik Afif, to share his resources, that's very kind of him, and it really helps out.
So you really need to be independent to be doing all that, right? Even though you were guided. I couldn't imagine myself being in your position. That must have been really hard.
Yeah, and it's hard because I was left alone for like around 2 to 3 months,
Uh-huh.
and then in March, I think I started working in January, and then in March we got our second and third hire, and they are already in this field, in digital marketing field. So I can ask a lot of questions to them, and as they are colleagues, so it's much macam easier to ask them lah, and ask for explanation. So I think colleagues also helps my journey as a copywriter and in the digital marketing field. It's such a new field lah, because I have never actually imagined myself being in marketing, and specifically in digital marketing. Like I have never thought of that. Yeah.
That's really interesting. So, Monaca is actually a small company when you first entered, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, how is it now currently? Do you think it has grown to become much more bigger and has expanded now? Do you think?
Uh, as this is my first job, I have I can't compare it to any other experience, but I think it have grown quite um fast, because I was the first hire in January 2021, but now it's already April, and we already have around 26 members. So it's almost like every month we have two hire. Uh,
Oh.
for a company to grow that big in such a short time, we must make a lot lah kan. So I think I'm not exposed to the info, but I think we are doing great in gaining clients, and the retention rate is quite okay. So Maybe that's why. So we have money to hire more people. And just today, I read my employer's tweet. He
Mm-hmm.
said next month we are going to hire more people. So
Mm.
yeah, I think we are making quite a lot. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
that's really good to hear. So,
Mhm.
currently, since you are not the copywriter of the company, right? So someone else already takes over your position, lah.
Betul.
Uh,
That's right.
oh, so you have like more than one writers already, like in the company.
For copywriting, I think my position changed because I am not as exposed to digital marketing. The copywriter now is has been in the field in more years than me, so I think he's doing quite a great job at copywriting, and he's writing for websites and landing pages.
I see. I see. So, if you can describe in one word, right? How are you finding your current role, content writing?
It is challenging.
So if you can compare it with your previous role kan, copywriting, like which do you find more difficult to do, or both
Or
is the
I
same?
think um personally I think copywriting is harder
Mm.
because it it doesn't involve only writing. You have to do research about the product that you are writing about, and
Mm.
then the audience that will look at the ads, and then who will even use the product that you're selling. So it involves a lot of research on not only one thing that you are writing about. You need to also know the product and what it's made of, and the company itself. So for content writing, it's not like that. You are writing about for example Facebook ads. You don't have to know about who, like, you only need to know about the process of Facebook ads. You don't have to worry about any products or like um who is going to read this, because content writing, we are writing for people who already want to read the content.
I
Macam
see.
tu.
Oh, so for example, content writing is like when you search on Google, like the 10 tips to study abroad. Is that an example of content writing?
Yes.
Uh,
We are writing for specifically for an audience that is already existing lah. But for
oh.
copywriting, we have to write a copy. A copy is something like the ads.
Mm-hmm.
We have to write a copy that will attract audience. So I think that's harder than attracting existing audience.
I see. So, let's look at your research and writing process. Okay, for copywriting, right? How long do you usually take to do the research and the writing process for copywriting for one client?
Um, oh, it depends on the type of content I'm writing. For now, we have around two to three types.
Mm-hmm.
One is long form article.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very detailed article, like from A to Z of about a topic.
Mm.
For that kind of article, I think it took around a month to write one article. It consists around like 4,000 words.
For 4,000
Hmm.
words.
Aha. 4K betul kan? Ah,
I'm like, oh yikes. 4K words,
uh,
okay.
um, it's kind of hard lah if the topic you're writing about you're not familiar with. For example, just the other day we have to write about a construction company. So we have to write contents like how to buy a house, how to construct a house, like what kind of construction company you would have to hire. And these are the things that I'm not familiar with. Like I'm barely out of college. So like so I have no idea the process of making a loan or whatever for house can.
Uh-uh.
So it took longer for me to understand the process and to write it in simpler terms. But I have my supervisor in Jakarta. He's very helpful in teaching me by showing that we can ask things we can ask the right things to get like whatever we need lah can
Uh-uh.
and um for now, he's still guiding me in dealing with clients.
Mm-hmm.
But for this year, I think not so much. So I'll have to try dealing with clients by myself. So I'm trying still. But aside from that, my research process for writing is they involve um like researching about the topic,
Mm-hmm.
and most of the topic is about digital marketing. So for digital marketing, to only look at it on Google
Mm-hmm.
it's not advisable lah, sebab it's such a broad field kan.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm glad for my employer Syafif
Mm-hmm.
because he subscribe to many online courses for us, so we
Mm.
can learn in our free time
I
macam
see.
Udemy, Founder. So
Oh.
for Facebook ads, we have at World, your admission. These are all online courses that is paid
Mm-hmm.
by Monokal. So we
Mm.
can all read in our free times. Macam tu lah.
Oh, so he actually prioritize you guys punya like professional development and skills too lah, right?
Yes.
That's really important
Yes.
I feel in a
Betul.
company for
Mm,
you guys to grow, right?
true.
Oh. So based on what you said, right? What if like personally, just now you said that you are not familiar with the like the loan process and construction and the housing and all that. You are kind of like forced to read something that things that you are not interested in, like for can like
Betul.
yeah. So you have to like that is really hard, isn't it? So what is your so what do you personally feel when you are forced to do that?
Like it's not like being forced, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, I feel kind of demotivated for, when writing about stuff I don't know about. It feels like I'm a poser, right? Because
Uh-huh.
like, what can I tell people about something that I don't know? So that's why it takes longer for me to write about something I don't know, because I have to understand the topic, and then fact check the writing, and then I have to review through my supervisor, and after that baru we publish the article. But
Mm.
the resources macam that online courses
Mhm.
it really helps in fact checking lah. And what's even better about the online courses is because digital marketing is a field that is always changing.
Mm.
Macam for example, just last year
Mhm.
Facebook changed its policy, and Facebook changed their names to Meta or something.
Uh-huh.
And these changes also affect the digital marketing world, because they are so big can
Mm-mm.
in this field. So if we rely only on books or Google references, we will not be that up to date with the field, macam tu. So these online courses, they are always up to date. So it really helps lah when writing something that is correct to the to the time frame yang sekarang, macam tu lah.
Mm. But then on the positive side, you are actually learning more and more things that you are not familiar with, right? So I think that's really
Mm.
good. Mm.
It
So,
is.
mm. So Maybe can you share with us a memorable moment dealing with some clients? Did you manage to like deal with clients on your own or with your supervisor?
Um, a memorable client.
Uh,
I do have some memorable part. For the client of the construction company, it's my first client. Like in Monoka, we have different departments,
uh,
such as creative and content. Content is where I'm from.
uh-huh.
And then we have marketer, which handles ads like Facebook, Instagram, and Google.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, for content team, we have our first client, that construction company.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to get a first client is great lah kan, but
Mm-hmm.
we have to again learn things as we go. So wah, dia macam dia macam because they're our first client,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot to learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
And at first it was kind of I feel personally demotivated because it feels like I don't know so many things,
Mm-hmm.
and it feels like wow, everyone else is already doing so great, and I'm like still learning things as I go. So macam it's it's at first demotivating, but it means that I am learning
Mm.
because macam tu lah dia macam
It's like a
it,
learning curve lah for you because
yeah. Talking about learning curve,
uh,
based on what my colleague have said, because they are experienced, like this is their third or fourth job
uh-huh,
position again,
uh-huh.
and this is my first. So I have no previous experience to compare it to, but they told me that the learning curve in Monocal is like so like steep. Macam you are learning so many things in such little times. So they said that if I'm feeling overwhelmed, that's normal because they also feel the same. uh, so macam at the same time, it's good opportunity for me to learn so many things. But mentally, it's challenging because I have to manage my time, and then I cannot be demotivated for too long. So
Mm. Mm.
itu je lah. But all in all, it's great. The client really helps me in the first client really helps me lah. The construction company,
Mm-hmm.
they help me in realizing that, oh, okay, when I don't know some things, then I can just ask this person from that client's company, and
Mm.
like it's okay to have more communication than less. And then like to ask for the right resources about this kind of topic. Macam tu lah. The client really helps me in realizing that things lah.
Mm. Honestly, I think you're really inspiring and such an amazing person for being able to not stay demotivated for too long, right? And really picking
Amin.
yourself and really picking yourself back up and and progress and grow. So, what are some tips and advice would you like to give to those who are pursuing this kind of career in digital marketing?
Um, I mean, not that I'm a specialist in this,
Yet,
in
not
this
yet,
apa,
not yet.
not yet can in this field can. But
Mhm.
I feel like if you want to venture into digital marketing, you need to really like it, and know your way around what kind of digital marketing you want to be involved in, because in digital marketing there's a lot of position and there's a lot of branches that you can venture into, like marketing ke SEO is still a part of digital marketing. Content marketing is still marketing juga. So macam there's a lot, so you need to know what part of digital marketing you want to learn more, and uh what like either do you really like digital marketing to stay in it and learn so many things in so little time. Macam tu lah.
Mm.
You just have to know yourself, do you really want to do this or not, gitu.
Oh, that is like I think that is the main point there. Like no matter whatever field that you want to get into, right? You really need to get to know yourself. That is some
Mm-hmm.
really good tips and advice. Thank you so much,
Mm.
Shasha. So, do you have any other things you would like to say to our listeners?
um, Not so much. Like, tuh, if you are working somewhere, you just have to do your best at it. And if you don't want to do your best at it, then maybe you should look for other things that will inspire your best self. Gitu.
Okay, too.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
so our listeners here can find Shasha on her LinkedIn. Shasha, you want to drop your socials for people to find you?
Ah, okay, Kak. Oh, like, what is my LinkedIn ke?
Uh,
Should I share the link with you or like just say because my LinkedIn is just my full name.
okay, you can say your full name and then I can drop your the link down in the like the box thingy. You
Oh,
can
okay. You all can find me on LinkedIn as Nur Shasha Irdina, and my position is writer at Monokal Digital Marketing Agency.
all
Mhm.
right. So be sure to follow Shasha for her updates and and
Yeah, I
Monocal's
update
webinars.
my career growth on LinkedIn mostly.
Uh,
And we do like I try to update around once in 2 weeks or something.
she's
Yeah.
really good, guys. I never update my LinkedIn. so,
So do
so
follow me on LinkedIn.
yes, please follow her on LinkedIn. Like she's really inspiring. I'm telling you. I never update my LinkedIn. I update like a few times and then
Yes.
dah. That's it.
And then
Okay, so thank you so much, Shasha, for your time today and for sharing some very insightful tips on your career in this episode. All the very best in your career, inshallah. I mean, I'm praying for you. With that, thank you for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you later. Thank you. Bye.
bye.